National Boot Camp is over, baby. And now it is the time for the freedom fighters to be set loose.
So go out there, y'all, and win by changing your life.
We are armed, we are trained, we're mobilized, we're fired up, we are motivated, baby.
A good soldier fights to win the battle, but a great leader builds an army to win the war.
We are attacking poverty and crushing mediocrity across this great nation.
Fired up out of my mind. My hair's on fire. Let's go, Alliance!
America ain't never seen nothing like this.
I am the magic in this business, baby. I am the master of my fate, baby. I am the one. If it's up to be, it's up to me.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Legacy is the name of the game. Here we go. It's on like Donkey Kong. Let's go. Imagine stepping into a world where every moment feels like a scene from a movie. Crystal clear waters, exotic adventures, luxury at every turn. This is the amazing Thailand, and it's an experience like no other. We started off in Phuket, staying at this place called Sai Laguna Phuket. It's like stepping into paradise right on the beach. The beach club vibes insane. Sand between your toes, great food, music, great music blasting. And let me tell you, not far away is the PP Islands. Felt like a postcard. How about this? Then a private lunch on Nakanoi Island. They call it Bamboo Island, I think. Canoeing. These things called the Viking Caves. These vast islands pop out out of the water. And you see these caves, so beautiful. James Bond Island, yeah, that's right, the classic movie, James Bond, that island, it comes up like that, and you can't even believe you're looking at it, yeah. What's next? Elephant Sanctuary, bathing gentle giants. Can you imagine those creatures, you bathing them and kissing them? No, did I tell you I got kissed by an elephant? Chiang Mai. We stayed at the luxurious Anatara, where it's all about the cultural experience. We did shopping at the markets, the tuk-tuk tours, exploring temples, blessings from monks. Expands your mind. The magic, the bazaars, the night bazaars, it's crazy. Food, the people, the art, the trinkets, the design, the great paintings. So, if you're thinking about earning this dream trip, stop thinking, start doing. This is your chance to experience the magic of the amazing Thailand. Believe me, it's a journey you'll never forget. Let's do it together. Get busy, get it done, earn it. Let's go to Thailand. Come on.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Wednesday Call Live. Now, let's hear from our host, Andy Albright.
Yeah, baby. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Good to see y'all. We are out here in Caswell County, North Carolina.
Kind of feels like the center of the universe right now. You know, we've got 24 people out here, mostly Cats group. We got James Coleman, Joe Yaden. Joe Yaden, who's been popping up on the leaderboard like crazy and business is booming. And we got all you guys plugging in. So, by the way, all in all, y'all are massive up this year. It's kind of bizarre because last year, the whole company grew like 25.6% increase, the whole company. So that means we had some people -2 and had some people up 50%. The Katses and the Cardillos might have been up 250% or something like that. So on average, 25% growth. That's amazing. And so, you know, I think we kind of overlooked that a little bit too. If y'all, how many of y'all had a job ever where you had a salary, you know, I don't know, 40,000, 100,000, 150,000? How many of you ever got more than a 5% raise ever? You know what I mean? I remember I worked 10 years at a textile mill. One time I got a 13% raise one year. I said, oh my God, a 13% raise. Because, you know, most of the time, what do you get? None. They say things like, be glad you got a paycheck. Be glad your check cleared. You know, some people don't have jobs, stuff like that. And then you get our company did good. We give across the board 3% raise, right? 3% raise. And all that does is tax you more when you got a job. But if you grow your company, imagine 25% increase in pay. You know, and you're not taxed on it. What you do is you try to come up with more expenses, right? Just for the IRS, expenses. You know, like hunting and clothing and, you know, uniforms is very critical. You're right? You ain't making no money, you can't have no expenses. But if you're making a lot of money, matter of fact, sometimes just to remind y'all, when y'all get new people involved and they start making 100 grand and they go to their accountant, and the accountant says, you ain't making no money. You don't need to be in a panic. You bet, yeah, it's terrible, ain't it? I ain't gonna have to pay no taxes, am I? Don't forget, people don't know this. Because they think they gotta pay taxes, and their accountant wants them to pay taxes because he's having to pay taxes. He wants them to have to pay taxes. But if you have enough write-offs, expenses, because you're putting back into your business, you don't pay as many taxes. You might not pay any taxes. So don't forget to tell people that on your team, because I have had people quit. Said my accountant, my mom and dad said I showed them my books, I wasn't making no money. Like, you designed that way, didn't you? Now, if you're not smart with your money and you got a car payment, house payment, stuff like that, you can't write it off. So what you want to do is make plenty of extra money, but buy fun stuff, experiences to write it off. Because a lot of people just don't know we were talking about this with, we got Anthony and Stella who are just, have y'all hit Jordan Junior Board member this month?
First month in February.
First month in February. Woo! Right there. And they're both from Nigeria, and of course me and Adam were just over there in Nigeria where we got our first doctorate. Dr. Andy, Dr. Adam. But you know, when people come to this country, they don't know all the tax strategies. And I mean, don't get me wrong, there's a lot of people born here, raised here, daddy's, mom, they don't know tax strategy. So we try to educate people and show them how the laws work. It's kind of weird because people go like, well, somebody's got to pay taxes. Don't worry, there's enough dumb people. This is Mona. If anybody ain't seen Mona, this is her. She'll take the show. But don't forget that we got to educate people and show them all these things. As a matter of fact, we're here at this leadership cabin, and people have an opportunity to come in and invest in themselves. But it's crazy because you invest in yourself, it's 100% investment. It's 100% write-off. It's a business expense. Nobody can have a shadow of a doubt about it. But you get to eat crazy good food, you get crazy good views, you get to network, and it's almost like the government is paying you to be here. You see what I'm saying? Because if you just give the money to them versus investing in yourself, we come out here and we got packages, we got clothes, we got all kinds of fun gifts. We hadn't given them out to this crowd. It's coming, I think we're doing it right after the show. But you know, it's all kinds of stuff you get, not to mention the food and the games and the relationships and your mind, you play that mind game, meeting and networking everybody. So it's, you got to be thinking about it, but not just you thinking about it, passing it on to everybody else. All right, so the first big thing that is maybe new to some people is the environment matters. Okay, so you think about this. Who's our biblical scholars? We got any people that are all into the Bible? Nick's a little bit. All right, here we go. There's a portion in there that talks about plants can't grow if it's just in sand and it can't get roots, right? Yeah. That's the environment. And then you got, if a rock is planted underneath a rock, or a rock falls on top of it, a tree falls on it, it can't grow. That's environment. You take the same seed, put it over in rich soil, and give it enough water, it'll grow. So what you got to think, there's first you think about you, then you think about others. You have to be in the right environment. I've talked this so many times that I've made the craziest decisions in a happy environment, like buying 10 extra tickets to a convention, like booking a trip that I go to 2 cities a day for 5 days in a row, just psycho stuff in the right environment. You're under a rock, you're buried under a rock, you ain't got no water, you're with negative people, you're with bad people, you're going to make bad decisions and cause yourself to die, cause yourself to crash, cause yourself to not grow. Can you see that analogy? Can you see it for yourself? James Coleman was here a year ago, and I'm gonna get him to talk about it. I got him on my list here. He went from $40,000 a month, $38,000 to $411,000. To $400,000. So from $38,000 to $411,000 this month right here. How about that right there? And he said, I'm gonna stay. We were out there, and we had some negative quail, birds, stealing grain and stuff, and they've been bothering Bobby. And Bobby asked us could we shoot some of them, so we went out there and we killed some of them. But after we was walking around, he said, I decided a year ago not to negotiate, not to argue with it, just do what you say. So you think about a seed who gets taken and put in a fertile environment, but the seed says, you know, I'm not really sure if that'll matter. Because I get that with people. I like going to a convention, or if I say, you know, it's better if you sit on the front row. Yeah, I listen better in the middle. So you got a farmer who knows how to grow stuff, and you're the seed, and you're arguing, negotiating it, telling them how you feel, giving them your opinion, like you're a seed. And seed meaning you can grow like crazy given the right environment. Why do you fight the environment? Why would you fight the environment? Because you're comfortable where it is. You know, you've, I won't call the girl's name, but we hired this person, and I interviewed her. I know I interviewed her an hour and a half, and I know Robbie interviewed her, and we said, we like this person, even though she's a little, hasn't been out of her county a lot. You know what I mean? She hasn't traveled a lot, but she's super sharp, sweet, great personality. What we saw in that seed was a massive oak tree, a massive willow tree, a massive something that we could grow. We're like, she ain't too old. She's got time, you know. She's got some potential. And Patrick Waddell said, I told him, I said, she reminds me of you. She's just not been out of the country. She's not been out of the state. And she's just kind of like been held under the shade, hadn't had a lot of water, hadn't had a lot of nourishment. So we're going to bring her in here. And we're fired up what we're going to make of it, right? Well, I know he told me. He said, she's coming in Monday. And then he said, I said, she here? He said, yeah, she's upstairs at a meeting. And then I saw him for lunch. He said, I got a record. I said, what record? He said, I broke the record. I have not had anybody quit before lunch on their first day. What? So me and Robbie and Clay were talking about it, and we're like, we need to screenshot that. We get that framed and put that over his desk. Listen, this is why you'll say this. Listen, it says, the way Robbie maybe he screenshot didn't give me time, but it's like 11 o'clock, 11:30 or something. She was headed to lunch. And said, hey, Patrick, I'm so sorry, but I do not think this is for me. Look, she has this job. I think she'd been there, it's Patrick, I think she'd been there 7 years. Over 10 years at the same job, no pay increase, no responsibility, but she was just killing it on that job. It's a retail job, terrible hours. She didn't like it. I mean, she wasn't complaining, but she was just like, think about this. I don't know if y'all know how Patrick Waddell got his job, but him and Tia Land now, Tia was posting pictures on Facebook, and he called her up and or messaged her, and he said, we went to high school together, and you're heading near Thailand, Germany, Alaska. What do you do for a living? And she's like, perfect answer. Come meet with me. Not blah, 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 blah. Come to my office and I'll tell you. And then, of course, then she gets her in our meat grinder. You know what I mean? Me, Clay. We start taking them through the program, right? Same way we did this girl. And Patrick ran into her, and she was like, yeah, I see what y'all do, and I just want to be a part of it. So she's a seed with an opinion. I don't think this is for me. I do not want to waste your time or anyone else's. Please do not hate me, because that's important to her, right? I don't want to be hated. I want to be loved. But I think am not like all of you. That means you and you and you and you. I'm pointing to my stat. I'm not like all of you. Y'all are such impressive people. You said someone is going to do the same thing they've done most of their life, and I think that's where I am best, is in retail. I really appreciate the opportunity, but I know this is not my calling. I'm sorry. Stay right there. Like, my heart hurts. You know? I mean, that's a seed telling the gardener, telling the professional grower, I can't become great. I can't become awesome. And Patrick said he mentioned that Monday morning about personality's not permanent. But, you know, just don't be that person. Don't be that person that says, you know, I know you got advice, but, you know, I just don't think that's me. I mean, you're just like everybody else. But I thought I was special, and that's why you picked me. Yeah, you're a special sunflower. You know what I mean? You can be. We don't know the genetics. You know, you have 100 sunflowers. You drown them, none of them grow. You put all of them under a rock, none of them grow. But if you put all of them in fertile soil and you get them sunlight and water, yes, some of them are going to grow bigger and brighter than others, but they're all going to grow. And we are not seeds. We are all different. We are all special, and we have the choice. So it's like you can't have it both ways, thinking you're special and then think you're not special. Or you can have it both ways. You're just like everybody else. You've got to have the right environment, but then once in the right environment, it is up to you. So James comes out to the cabin, makes that decision. Hey, Gina Hawks, she said she wasn't like you neither. I got her name. I don't want to say her name, but, you know, so the first thing is getting into another environment. So next, when you're dealing with your people, when you're dealing, I just talked to we've really been Sean Boone, Spencer Albright, Brandon Manley. We've been hitting the Wolfpack hard, recruiting young kids, and NC State. And Sean got me on the phone with a guy. He was in his dorm room, and he had all these plans he wants to do. And his plan will work. It's going to take 15 years, whereas we could have him making $1 million a year in 3 years. You know, we could get him to $85,000 a month in 2 to 5 years. Or he can wait 15 years and play the politics, get lucky, be in the right job, have the right boss, and move up like he wants to. It's not a terrible plan that he has. So I was nice to him, encouraged him, told him he could do it, and told him just keep in touch with Boone and never know who we could introduce him to. Well, the first thing we're trying to do is get him out of that environment, of that dorm room, get him to our office, get him out here to the cabin, get him to an opportunity meeting. Because see, you sitting there trying to talk a seed, trying to talk a person. What is that? What is them people that do? They play the flute and get the snake to come out? Snake charmers. And that's a different, worse name for it. Snake handlers. You know, a snake salesman. Snake oil salesman? Snake oil salesman. You're trying to grow them right there where they are. You're trying to grow them right there where you are, like you're trying to throw magic on a seed. Get them in a different environment and let the environment put the pressure on them to grow. Does that make sense? Yes, sir. Like this girl that worked for me, and she had some health challenges, husband challenge, he passed away, all kinds of stuff happened. But when she was with me, Adam knows her, Gino knows her, a lot of our people have been around, super, super incredible human being. She was so frustrated. She was a corporate employee. She was kind of my vice president, kind of my secretary, kind of everything. She's just an incredible human being. Jane recruited her to work with me, one of my staff. And one day I thought she was going to quit. I mean, she was just crying, mad, upset. And I had this little moped. That's another story, how I wanted a moped for free. But I said, I rode that moped one time in my life. And we jumped on that moped, and I took her around the lake, and we went down to the dam of the lake. And we just sat out there in that big open where the lake is and just showed her how little we were, and how little we were made the problems little. And I think she worked with me another 6 years. But I mean, she was gone. But I had to get her out of that environment. You with me? So you got to be thinking, get you out of the environment you're in a positive environment, and then without negotiating, without telling me how you feel, how comfortable you are, and how you land. I landed where God planted me. Nuh-uh, some fool on a tractor threw you out yonder. You know what I'm saying? You know, or a bird pooped you, and that's where you landed. You done been bird pooped. You know? And you're talking about, that's this girl, this just where I am. Dude, that's just where the bird pooped you. You know what I mean? We can, you know, with a dookie we can move you over here now. So you're thinking, where can we move around? So I took her out there. Hey, listen to this. Those of you who don't know, didn't remember the moped and how I got it, how about this? Do you remember, what wasn't Back to the Future, but the movie we made, it was just like it. The Key to Tomorrow, where Fitz is driving it and goes back in time. That's that same moped. You know, our stories just go round and round. Everything's tied into each other. But so selling your person on coming to stage to success. Do we have any more slots available for the cabin coming up? Do we know? Do we know? Does Faith know? If we have any more available, if we don't, we don't. If so, I had one lady, she was fired up about coming, and she said, let me think about it. And another called and said, if there's a space open, I will take it. And so Sabrina took it, and then I had to call the other one and say, hey, sorry about that. I'm really upset about it. I'm not happy about it, but that's gone. And I'll find out if there's anything available. But there's still tickets to the stage to success. So you getting there, but see, if you're debating this stuff, whether you should go, it's like, I'm telling you, this seed goes from a non-growth area to the growth area.
For riddles,
Do you have it? Do you have a list of them? If you don't, go grab it off of my desk in there. All right. Come here then. Tell me who all's coming. First of all, do we have any slots available?
Yes, we do. For Riddle's team cabin, the 8th to the 11th, I've got 2 men's spots open on the bunks, 2 ladies spots open, and 1 couple spot open. And then for the Leventovich, I've got 1 men's bunk open, which is the 24th to the 27th.
Okay. Do you have a list of who's attending both of those?
I will pull that up for you.
It's on my desk back there. If you just grab it, and we can read them off. Reason I'm gonna tell you who's coming is because you will never ever get a tight knit opportunity like this to hang around the group that I'm gonna talk about. Right. Now, we have an incredible. Bring all of them. I'll read off who's here at this one. Like, you guys are getting a great opportunity. Like, James Coleman is exclusive. Like, I'm hard to get. Come to any convention. Y'all see how I am. I'm like, a fly on a big pile of poopy. You know what I mean? I'm over there, and then I'm over here, and I'm over there, and you swat at me, and I'm gone. And like a dung beetle. Yeah. Oh, yeah. They don't know what that is. We should post that video. Have you posted a video of me, the dung beetle, rolling the... You might have missed it. You got to point out stuff to your social media. They don't recognize talent. It's hard to get around James. It's hard to get around Stella and Anthony. Anthony's a businessman. He got business all over the world and all over Houston. And Adam and Beth, you get to know people in an environment like this. You got them? Oh, you updated the best you can?
Yeah.
Let me have Katz's first. Yeah. So we got Elizabeth. Some of us call her Beth, but she introduced herself as Elizabeth. Some will go with that, Oregon. Deanna Mirdo and Dan Mirdo. Dorothy, Can't Stop, Won't Stop, Ever Stop, McNair. Carolyn Parsons. Jill Templeman. Georgia Smith. She's funny. Matthew Hughes. Tiffany Bibler. Joe Yaden. Dalen Simmons.
Sorry.
I got it right. Nick Parsons, James Coleman, Bob West in the house. Eli, he can shoot pool. Adam and Beth Katz, Emily and Harry Cardillo, Linda and Keith Goebel, and Stella and Anthony Nuabikiniki. Nabunite.
These 2 are attending.
Okay, so Rachel, Jared and Rachel Duchette. What are they, number 3 in the nation, United States of America? And you go like, I don't know if it'd help me. I don't know. Yeah, you need to, if you're available, this is March 8th through 11th. James Yoantz, Kathy, I can't see her name. By Kathy and Fred. Oh. Everybody knows Kathy and Fred. How you say it? Ogianwo. Michelle Coleman is going to be here. So this is like who you get to hang out with 4 days. Breakfast, lunch, dinner, talking, get them drinking, get them talking, get them walking. It's an opportunity. It just don't come around that often. It's so exclusive. Maria Reyes, that young lady she's one the opposite of the girl that quit. It's real young, never been around nothing like this business. No relatives make this kind of money. And she's just hanging right in there, investing every dime she can get into herself. Jerome Samedi. Huh? Samedi. I'm going with Samedi. You was wrong last time. Aaron Young, Mike Hartley, and then Anna Lee. Anna Lee will be here, and Johnny Rojas will be here. And I checked this. Andy and Angela Riddle is going to be in the house. Jason and Olga Mathis. All right, so Jason, I don't know, what has he got? 17 people, maybe 25 people in other countries helping him build his business while he smokes cigars. That's talent right there. And they got Olga, you know, hitting that whip, and Olga's out there selling, and she's hilarious. Say, like, when you get that amount of time with this group, new guy we got coming on, Jackson and Lauren Cante. And these guys are something else. He's got a massive organization, and we just see it just swelling, the amount of people. We know he's going to be huge. And Sebastian and LaQuinta Chambers are going to be in here for this event. So that is a strong event, and this is one where we don't have no main cabins available. There no cabins available. Just we've got no quad available, but we got 2 men and 2 women slots available. So holler at Clay Mertez, Tia, Jennifer, any of my staff, and say, hey, this cabin event, but you lock it down quick, or because like something happened to a couple of these people and they're out, so that means you got an opportunity to take that opportunity. Who else we got? Oh, is there one slot available or none?
I believe there is 1 men's spot in the
We think there's 1 available. This is March 24th through 27th. Patty Watkins, y'all see her name raising up like crazy on the leaderboard. Cleo Cook, y'all know who this is. This is that girl. This is a lady, I cold contacted her, met her in Dallas, Texas. She is 6-figure income, didn't need the business, but loved Mimi, loved me, just loved the team, got involved, got some kids involved, got some young people involved, and then what they say, the job lost her, or she lost the job. And we were on a cruise ship in Alaska, and when Mimi told me, I was like, this is great news. Cleo lost her job. Let's hope she don't find it again. You know, because it was taking up 50, 60 hours of her life for like 110,000 or 140,000. And I was like, that's terrible. And so I got her on the phone, and I was like, first of all, let's evaluate what you had. Now that you don't have it, I don't want to be mean to somebody when they're making 140,000 and I go, you know, you only bring home 81. So you think you're making 140. But if you're self-employed and make 81, you make $81, 81,000. You know what I mean? Like, it's not the same thing. So I walked her through that, and she went to work. She'd never have a job again in her life. She's made crazy money, more than 6 figures. Now she's hiring a team and building a real business. So this is a mentality. She's married, got children, very successful. And people like this, you want to get around them. She's coming in from the West Coast. Allie Henderson, killing it, great business, all kinds of things going. I don't know Jenny Lynn, who that is. It must be a new person on Riddle's team, and I don't see anybody speaking up. Laurie Bavor, but that's a French name. I know I ain't doing it right. She's another one. Sherry Teal is killing it. She is part of Jake and Veray and somebody else. Is that Aaron Walker? Sarah Seifert. That's right, Sarah Seifert. She's in that organization, just killing it. She'll be here. I told you Sabrina took somebody's slot. They thought it was going to be available, women's slot. Sabrina took it. Boom, here she is. Then we think we have a guy slot, Dietrich Sherry. Okay, this guy came to AIT, blew me away. So impressed with this guy. He's brand new. He's now been recruiting like crazy, on fire, and jumped in on this. See, it's not political that you start liking somebody that comes to stuff. You're betting on a horse that's probably going to win. Right. You know what I mean? Like, the team walks out on the field and they're 6'5" and 7 foot tall, and they're fast, and they've been practicing all week. And you got another team that comes in here little and ain't practicing, don't care, and you bet on this team. It's not a political bet. This one's more going to win. So we're going to be attracted, politically, if you want to put it like, we're going to be attracted to people that come around because we think they're going to win, and we want to be associated with a winner, or we want to bet our big money and get a big return. Trying to explain this to people that you don't negotiate. This is where the fertile soil is. This is the nutrients you need. This is where the sunshine is. This is where you can get a straight look at the heavens and build a business. Kathy's husband, Fred. Say her last name. Oh, yeah. Fred and Kathy. Kathy's coming to the other one. Fred's coming to this one. One's taking care of business, the other one's taking care of business, then the other one's taking care of business while the other one's taking care of business. I love that. Aaron Walker will be here. Alfonso Thomas. You talk about a fighter, you want to meet this guy. Joe Dukes. Massive, massive organization. Chris Nelson, who's killing it with him. Junior Doralis, another new guy coming up strong on the Riddle Group. And then check this, in the quad, Danny and Laurie Johnson. I know these guys 33 years. You want to know these people. See, if your kid wants to play ice hockey, if your kid wants to play basketball, if your kid wants to play the fiddle, pay whatever you got to pay to get them around the best fiddle players in the country, best hockey players. Don't say things like, my kid's so good, they don't need to go. That is not true. They need every advantage they can get to get around the right people. John and LaDonna Lane. This is a great couple. I don't say they didn't need it. He's 6 figures. She had a good job. I think she's in nursing. Now she's also known as my tea lady. This lady makes some tea change your life, man. I'll tell you what. High blood pressure, this stuff make your blood pressure go away, man. You don't have no blood pressure. It's amazing. They're killing it. They're cold contacting. They're 3-foot rule. They're on there all the time. And then how about this? Jake and Belle Krause coming in from the Northwest. So what a group for if a guy wants to jump in there, we got a slot available. So check with your upline, but I say check with upline. You'd be surprised how many upline go, go if you want to. Like, do you understand how this works? They do good, you get override. They change their mindset, you get override. They start growing like crazy, you grow. Sell the seed, sell the sunflower on coming to the right environment. This is a big, big deal. I was laying on Joe and Matt and James some stuff I've been wanting to say to them and Dan. I've been wanting to say them, but I had to wait. I had to wait until the dirt got turned over and plowed and it got warm and it was springtime to plant the seed that I was going to plant. But when I saw the sun come out and we had a break, we didn't kill a bunch of quail, I was like, hey, come here, guys. And then I planted. I said, and I told them, I said, this environment, y'all need to hear this right now. I can't do it no other time. I can't come back and say it in front of everybody else. And I can't say it, it's got to be the right time. So we're lighting it up. Y'all having fun out here? So our dog gets scared. He thinks somebody's shooting, like a machine gun shooting. So one of the things I want to say, we had Joe's first time Joe ever shot. We do extensive safety training. Okay, so when you're getting ready to go out and do the 3-foot rule, when you're getting ready to go do the business, you do safety. Safety is you have all the right tools, you got your orange hat, know where the safety button is. You go out there, you know who you're going to call to run quotes. You know who you're going to call as a closer. You got your applications. You know where they are on your computer. You know where everything is. That's your safety. But when you get there, you got to be ready to shoot. You can't go in there checking your tools and checking safety. So when we hit the field, we do extensive. We've not had anybody. It's been 17 years before we had somebody shot. And he overreacted. It's okay, cuz. You'll be all right. Y'all know cuz? Cuz got shot right there. It didn't break his skin, but it was pink. It was red. It was red. Man down. 17 years. We weren't doing a safety training back then. Now we do all kinds of safety training. But when you get out there, Joe, I think the first 2 he shot at, he killed. He was ready. But it correlates the way he came into this business, ready, shooting. You got to there's so many correlations. You got to stay alert. You got to know where the team is. You got to know where other players is. You got your network. So you don't come out to this or you come out to the stage for success and you're by yourself. You network, you meet, you know where everybody is, you know where your team is. It's a lot of correlations. Same thing playing pool. keeping your mind right. I think I messed a couple people's mind up just by saying things when they were getting ready to shoot, and just, they were all fired up until I said something, and then they started squirming, and it's a mind game. So business is a lot of mind games. So a lot of stuff happens out here. All right. So that said, I have a little presentation right here for James Coleman. James and Angie Coleman, junior board member. Yeah, baby.
Got me on that one, buddy.
Yeah, baby. Credit Robbie Kraft. Credit Robbie Kraft and credit Cam. She worked really hard. He came up with an idea, and the team executed and got it ready for you. We're proud of you. You and Angie, we appreciate you coming up to this meeting and associating with everybody and kind of talking some junk to everybody. So congratulations. You retell the story about your numbers. But before that, just tell me a little about you, James. Where are you from, and a little bit about your background?
Yep, I'm James Coleman, married to my beautiful wife, Miss Angie, the best thing in my life, besides my kids. I do let her know she can be replaced, but my kids can't.
Angie.
But originally from New Jersey. We have three beautiful kids, and we have two grandbabies. I'm like, we getting old, grandkids. But my background is retail. I did retail for a long time. Walked away from it because my wife is a breast cancer survivor. You know, praise God. Just a little high level about me. I grew up in the hood. You know, and 2-bedroom apartment, 11 brothers and sisters, 1 bathroom. It's not a good look for the team. made some really, really bad decisions in life, and it caused me to go to a place where you can only get recommended by a judge to get in. and the judge recommended that I do 6 years. So I spent 6 years, but 2 years of that 6, I spent looking at a brick wall without ever going outside. No rain, no wind, no sun, no snow, no dog barking, no car fumes, anything. And I made a decision that I was going to change my life. And I did that in corporate America. And then when I walked away from corporate America because...
Tell him how good you did. He killed it in corporate America. He didn't just survive in corporate America. He killed it. He moved way up the ladder. He navigated the politics and the work ethic.
So I was the district manager for Best Buy New York. I had 7 stores in Manhattan, 2 in Queens, 2 in the Bronx, responsible for $570 million in income and growing a year. No college education. And the reason why I stress that part, because Dr. Dennis Kimbrough wrote the book, What Makes the Great Great, and he said, a degree gets you a job, but common sense will make you a fortune. Okay? And just at that time, I didn't know that there was other avenues out there where you could really make a fortune. You know, for me, we just taught the 40-40-40 plan, work 40 hours a week for the next 40 years to retire off 40%. Then I realized that there was some industries out there where you can get free. You know, but I ended up walking away from corporate America because they was paying me $165,000 a year as a salary with bonuses making over $200,000 a year.
How many years ago was that?
I walked away in 2012 is when I walked away. And when I walked away in 2012 because they would not give me a transfer, you know, to get my wife to down to Atlanta or down to Miami, the better support system. And I decided to walk away from it because I can't put a price tag on that beautiful woman. Now, I got down to Atlanta. Now, I think my brother and them should have told me that they repossess garbage cans down there. So my wife and I, we found ourselves in a situation where they repossessed the cars and the garbage cans. And I remember my wife calling me, said they took the garbage can. I said, they're gonna give us a new one. And so I called the company, and the man said, no, you didn't pay the $40. So I said, so y'all repossessed the garbage can. He said, well, that's the word you want to use, Mr. Coleman. But when you pay the $40, we'll give it back. But
They had a trash can and ransom. $40, you have trash.
But that's the situation my wife and I was in. And here's the crazy thing. My buddy, let him rest in peace, he had tried to introduce this opportunity to my wife and I 2 years prior. And I said no because I thought I was too good. But when all that started happening, my wife said, call him. I said, no, he sells life insurance. And my wife said, boy, if you don't get in there and call him, it's going to be a problem. I said, okay. So I had 3 questions for him. Are you still doing insurance? Yes. Are you still making 6 figures? Yes. Do I have to harass friends and family to make money? He said, no, we got leads. I said, I'm in. That's been 11 years ago, folks. 11 years ago, and I'm grateful. I'm even more grateful that you and Jane allowed Angie and I to come back. I appreciate both of y'all.
He's been through some stuff.
Yeah,
he left the part out where he left us.
Yeah, that part. Walked away.
Greener pastures.
But here's the thing, walked away.
The cow's been pooping on that side of the field.
Walked away, thought the grass was greener on the other side, and was gone for 3.5 years. But do I regret being gone for 3.5 years? No, because it allowed me to see what was out there. I had a point of reference to compare everything to, which was the Alliance. And I said, man, ain't nothing out there topping this. We got to go back. You know, and my wife had kept telling me we was going back. I was like, nah, we're not going back. But I made a decision that I was going to call Andy and ask to come back. And grateful that he said yes. And I thanked him. He said the best way to thank me is to grow. You know, hey, Andy, I remember Stage to Success 2024, March 2024. Me, you, Jane, and Angie was having dinner. And I was talking to you about how realistic is it to hit junior board member. And you said, if you make a decision, you can get it done in 12 months. 18 months top if you make a decision. We made a decision last year, and we got it done in those 12 months. Appreciate you, brother. I came here last March, and when I came here
at the cabin.
At the cabin, and when I came, first of all, it started before then. We was at NatCon 2025. And Fitz and Davies was on stage, and they was talking about recruiting and building. And I said to myself, I am going to be 58 in September. Do I want to have to sell insurance, or do I want to be in a position to where as though I sell it because I choose to do it, not because I have to, because I built a business. And before we left NatCon, I asked Fitz, hey, can my wife and I jump on the Zoom call with you to listen to you do some recruiting calls because we're going to build this thing? And Fitz said, yeah. Before I left, I asked Clay, can he be my accountability partner? And he said yes. So I do an accountability call with Clay every single Monday. My wife and I jumped on that call with Fitz, and when we got off, we said we could do this thing. We are going to build this thing. Then I came to the cabin in March, and ABN was there, Mike Leventovich was there, and Jake Joseph was there. And I said to them, I apologize for holding back the Alliance. I am going to fix it. I owe that to y'all. You know, but I came here, Andy, and I realized that I had to stop trying to rationalize every doggone thing and just do what you say do. And I think that's what a lot of people, they're too busy trying to rationalize everything. When you was up here teaching, and some of us have heard the teachings before where you talk about collapsing time frames, right? Mm-hmm. You know, and understanding when you collapse time frames, how much more time you create in regards to get things done. You talked about the ability to have discernment in who you're working with. And I realized I had no ability to have any discernment because I didn't have enough people. And so you said to go hire 3 people. And guess what I did? I went and hired 3 people.
We're talking about staff.
Staff, yes. And I didn't think about it, right?
Did you have the money to do that?
Yes, we had the money to do it, right? But I didn't think that it was going to cost the amount of money that we were spending. So it was costing us just over $5,000 a month for staff and investing and everything. And I remember I was on a call with my leaders, and I said, "Yo, I'm spending over $5,000 a month like building this thing, but Angie don't know it." But I didn't know she was on the call. She said, "I know now." But the reason why I was pouring back into the business, Andy, and I don't know what anybody's doing when they go to these conferences, but we was at a conference and Noel Leventovich said something that I had never heard before. Noel said that override money is not your money. That's the money for you to put back into your business to grow your business. And that was an aha moment for me. And so when I came out here and you telling me hire staff and everything, I'm like, well, that money ain't mine anyway, so I might as well put it to use, right? Right. And so that's exactly what we did. You know, I had a conversation with Mike Leventovich, and Mike, shout out to you, buddy, because Mike Leventovich taught me the power of slowing down to speed up in the conversation that we had. I told him what I was doing, and Mike said, well, who told you to do that? I said, nobody. So why are you doing it? And the reason why I say that, because some of us, we think we know what we're supposed to be doing, but we're not checking with our growing upline if that's what we should be doing. And so what it was doing for me, I can't speak for nobody else, but a person that keeps to himself is apt to be corrupted by the company that they keep. So that was me, right?
Yeah, you better say that again.
A person who keeps to himself is apt to be corrupted by the company that they keep, which is yourself. So I made a decision that I was not going to lean on just my own understanding. It's too many resources with our growing uplines that's available to us. How can we not take an advantage of it? And I decided that I was going to take advantage of it. If it's there, I'm taking advantage of it. And I just put my head down to the ground and just got to work. You know, I wasn't worrying about no result. I was worrying about the activity. What was the right activity? I think at that time, Andy, I think I was probably doing, probably 6 interviews a week, and I thought I was doing something.
You was doing something.
So I ended up focusing on it, and I was averaging about 320, 340 interviews a month, right? Just grinding, 3-foot rule.
So you went from
recruiter.
6 a week to 300 a month. Is that what you're saying?
Yes.
That's a big increase.
Hey, you made me feel bad talking about we need to be doing 8 to 12 an hour. I'm like, Jesus, I'm slipping. But yeah.
Well, what we're talking about is you work an hour. A lot of people are scheduled 3 or 4 interviews in an hour. I said a lot of people, like every 15 minutes. Well, then you have a no-show or 2 no-shows, and you end up doing nothing. So if you just go ahead and book 10 an hour, you're probably going to talk to 4 or 5 people. And then some of the people that you don't get to, you might get them 2 hours later. So it costs more. It costs more to book 10 interviews in an hour and talk to 5 people than it does to book 4 and only talk to 2. So it costs more, but you're going to get to the $1 million income later. So if it's $85,000 a month that you're trying to get to, and you get to $85,000 6 months later, you've missed 6 times $85,000 by not speeding it up and getting it done now. That makes sense? So it's some people call it opportunity cost, but it's really, it has to do with the speed of money. Like whenever somebody talks to me, they're like, you know, if you have 200,000, they go through these analogies and they leave out what's not seen. Like if you say you're spending, I don't know, $2,000 a week recruiting or $3,000 a week recruiting. My budget's only $500. Well, you see the $2,000 a week and you see the $500, but what you don't see is if I get to $85,000 a month in 12 months and it takes you 36 months to get there, you don't see the 20, can you see it now? The 24 months of making $50,000 a month quicker because you spent more to get there quicker. So that you're spending small money to make massive money. It's, y'all, you know my background as an engineer. I'm just a mathematics person. The grass will grow different over here. I'm not arguing with the seed.
Right.
And I'm not arguing with the collapsing of money or collapsing of time to create the money faster. I just punch in the mathematics. I'm doing something, one of my jets, and this guy, he ran an evaluation. And it looks good on paper, but I'm telling Keith, I go, you know, forget, like, what he's saying is good. It's not costing us anything. That's what he said. It's not costing you anything to use the jet for this. As a matter of fact, you're going to make $9 grand. I go, it's not costing me anything. If I had the money, $3 million invested at 5%, that's $150,000 a year. And he's saying it's not going to cost me any money. I make $9 grand. But if you move the same money over here, I make $150 with no risk. You see what I'm saying? A $3 million jet, my smaller jet. If you put it to work, and he said, now you can own the jet and it won't cost you anything to own it. If you can get this, it can help you understand opportunity costs that people are just missing it, Anthony. Owning a $3 million jet costs me maintenance, it costs me hangar, it costs me deterioration. There's a cost. But he's saying if I leased it out to do these medical things, it would pay for itself. I even make $9,900 and own a jet. And it only has to fly 17 hours a month delivering medical parts to make me not have to lose money. You see what I'm saying? You understand what I'm saying? Right? Because I know every year I'm losing money on this jet because I'm having to pay all this stuff. And we lease it out to kind of offset the cost. But he's saying, wipe it out. And I said, that's good, except for one thing. What if somebody gives me $3 million for the jet, I take the same $3 million and invest it at a meager 5%, nothing something crazy, so I'm making $150,000 with no deterioration of my $3 million. Over here, it's not costing anything. You see what I'm saying? That's the way I think about everything. Like, what is it? You're a businessman. I mean, yeah, I'm not costing me anything, and I got a jet. Looks pretty. But what you also don't see is not only is it not costing me, every hour that you run those motors gets closer to the time you're going to have to pay $1 million to overhaul them. So there was no saving to pay for that. It was just not going to cost me anything. Not going to cost me anything. Not going to cost me anything. I'm going to make $9 grand. Versus, man gives me $3 million. I move $3 million over, make $150. My $3 million stays $3 million. It doesn't deteriorate. I'm never going to have to replace engines. So the math makes sense. Huh? What you call it? Cost concept analysis. So what I'm saying is to him, why not make the money faster so you spend the money faster so you make the money faster, and let's see how this money compares to this money. Because this money's massive because you're building a hierarchy. This money is just straight up lost cash, straight up invested cash. Now, if while you're investing to interview, you do better interviewing techniques, better skills, you have better staff to follow up, now you make the money quicker. But if your staff is dumb and you don't know what to do and you haven't been trained and you're spending money, so it's spend money, spend money, spend money, spend money so that you can make money while you're making money, while you're making money, while you're making money. Right. Like Jill, your staff is here. Right. Costs more money to make you more money. Cost comparison analysis, cost concept analysis. And you went, I don't know that you understood it or cared. You just went, all right, so I'm gonna do.
So I'm doing it. And I think what happens, Andy, is that, and I'm gonna speak for me. So if it resonates with you, then so be it, right? When I was recruiting and building, because I wasn't seeing an immediate result, I kept starting and stopping. Right? And so,
It's what normal people do.
Right. And so when I made that decision to keep going forward, and I'm having my calls with Clay would say, you're going to start to see the return on everything in 90 to 120 days, right? And we just kept doing it. So I took a income hit last year to get a big income jump this year. So in the last 30 days, Andy, we deposited $98,000. Hey, these people better listen to you, Andy.
I'm
Y'all better listen.
I'm selling with all I got. I need a backup crew.
Hey, look. Everybody's out there in the alliance world. If y'all are not listening, then shame on you, because I promise you, me and my team, we gonna cook. Believe that. We gonna cook. Because me and my team.
What are some same things you're saying to your teams? Everybody, how do I motivate my team? My team sucks. Your team sucked too back then.
Right, yeah. I mean, Andy called us the Bad News Bears, right? I'm like, that's cool. We're gonna let them cook though, right? But I remember when I came back to the cabin in September, and I told you that I was doing all these leadership meetings with my team. You said, damn, Jay, that's a lot, right? But you said, hey, both is working, keep doing it, right? So I do actual leadership training with my team every single week without fail. Like I didn't do it last night, but I had one of my other leaders do it last night, right? And it's because I have to teach them the business, and I have to teach them we do one thing: sell, recruit, and build. I asked you, Andy, I text you one day, I said, Andy, what's the one thing I can do that's gonna have the most value to my business? And you said, get people to duplicate you. See, I don't know about anybody else, but I promise you, I got tired of trying to rationalize and try to make everything make sense. I'm just going to do. He said, get people to duplicate me. Okay, here's what has to happen. Y'all have to duplicate me. Y'all have to teach our people to do the exact same thing. See, when my background in corporate America, right, it was like, so I have Anthony, I got Stella, and I got Dorothy. So if Anthony is my assistant manager, and Stella is the supervisor, and Dorothy is just a regular employee, I'm asking Anthony, is your replacement ready? Okay, so not just you stepping up as a leader. Who's the leader behind you? And is there another leader in the pipeline behind Stella? And that's what I teach my team, right? Because I'm looking at the big picture. Y'all might think I'm playing when I tell y'all we will be the first team to $5 million a month. I promise you I'm not playing with y'all. Because here's what my team understands. My team understands strangers got our money, and we're going to go get it. By any means necessary, we're going to go get it. We ain't playing, Andy.
I may tell me if I want to do $5 million a month. I ain't got nobody doing it. I ain't got nobody saying they're going to do it. And then people go, I'm not going to say it, but I'm going to do it. When's the last time you seen somebody do anything that they didn't say they was going to do it before they did it? Right. Now, what was that country we just bombed? Iran? Yeah. Y'all think we just one day started bombing?
Nope.
No, they walk around saying it. Now, they didn't tell them. Y'all, you understand what I'm saying? If you ain't saying it to somebody, bombs ain't going to drop. You understand what I'm telling you? They were saying, here's what we're going to do. They go around, here's what we're going to do. They didn't put it on TV. You ain't got to put it on social media, but you got to tell the people that you're going to do it with. You got to tell me, because I'm going to make room. Yeah, you understand what I'm saying? It's like, when's the last time you see a MMA fighter come out like, I don't know if I'm going to whoop you or not. You know what I mean? It just don't work like that. When you just let a person become president, they got 5 people. I will be the next president of the United States of America. 5 different one of them swearing it. I mean, you thinking, and if you're that kind of person, you're like, 4 of them lying. If 4 of them, they believe. And you hear that? We're talking about the people that are from Haiti and India and Russia and the new American Dreamers saying they're doing the opportunity meeting. What I love about it is they're saying the business. They're saying how good it is, and they're hearing it come out of their mouth. Right. So you're hearing it come out of your mouth, going into your ear. And I'm gonna tell you this, you trust Angie, you trust Jane, you trust me, you trust Katz, you trust Leventovich, but ain't nobody trusts like you trust you.
Exactly.
So that truth going out of your own mouth and coming back, and I've heard people make fun about it. He's talking a good game. I go, that's where it starts. That's the way it starts. I'm gonna do $5 million a month. I said, man, ain't nobody saying that. And you go like, well, is it patent? Can I say it? Yeah, you can say it if you want to. If you can get that tongue to wag in the direction of $5 million a month, then you can say it. But you say, oh, let's start little, pick a number. But start talking it. Y'all started talking it, man. $5 million a month. You gonna smoke? You gonna smoke Leventovich? You gonna smoke Riddle?
I'm gonna smoke all of them. I'm sorry,
smoke
y'all.
them all.
I'm gonna smoke everybody. Here's the thing, Andy. I discuss it on my call every single week to my team. Every week.
Show me, don't snow me.
There you go, buddy.
I see them lips moving.
Hey, Daddy said money on the wood make the game go good.
Truth to stand when the world's on fire. I won't know what that stuff means, but we fired up about it. Guys, I'm proud of what you're doing. It's an endorsement. By the way, we said Leventovich was coming, but I don't think we said they're going to be in one of the quads. So Mike and Noel will be here March 24th through 27th. I don't know if we fill the slots. We fill the slots, we fill the slots. We don't have any more beds. And I get this all the time. Can we come stay somewhere and come? Nope. Either here or not here. We don't do that.
Period.
We've not backed down on that at all. Who you got coming on? You got Joe here with you. Who else you got that's got their mind right?
I got Joe. Joe and his wife Kim. They just hit their first month as VP. So congrats, Joe. I got Adam Youssef hit his first month as VP as well.
My man Adam.
Yep. I have Monte and Nisi. They just qualified district managers. They went from key leader straight to DMs. My daughter just qualified district manager as well.
Dude, brag on your daughter a little bit. She's kicking some butt, man.
Yeah, right now she's away at duty. She's in the military. She's a full-time college student, and she's in school to be a pilot. So she takes flight lessons, and she's in the Air National Guard, and she does this business. For me, the cool thing about her doing this business is that she grew up around this from the time she was 9 years old, and she was coming to the conferences. So anybody out there that have children, get your children to come to these conferences, because you don't know what kind of impact it's going to have on them. So we think we just dragging her to these conferences because she had to come with us because there's no babysitter, but we didn't realize how much stuff she was taking in. And when she turned 18, and she finished her first semester of college, she said, Daddy, I want to get my life insurance license and do the business. Like, what? Yeah, okay. So she signed up for the course. I got on the phone with Emily. I talked to Emily. You know, y'all got a similar path. You know, my daughter went to college and started in 2023. She graduated this year with a bachelor's, and then she's going to go to get her master's in aviation. But I later talked to Emily, and I think when she passed the state exam, I think she reached out to Emily as well. You know, but I think we forget the power of association, right? Emily told her something that resonated with her, and it was like, or she might have told me, but you can't coach her because you're her dad. She got to get it from the system. So she jumps on these calls and everything. My daughter has done Zoom dials with the team and everything. She's 20, you know. And when I say my wife and I is proud, we very, very proud. The books that she read, she's not reading no James Patterson books or anything like that. It's nothing against James Patterson, right? But she's reading all books around self-development. I had a conversation with you one day, Andy, and you was telling me that you told Spencer he cannot be the same person that he is now next year at the same time. I can't do that. And I was like, oh, I need to go tell my daughter the same thing. You cannot be the same person next year this time that you are today. It can't happen.
I love you like you are, but you can't stay how you are.
Right. And so my daughter's she's an avid reader and self-development and everything. She'd sit in her little rocking chair in her room and get a book and just zone out.
You know, it's just, I mean, God bless your kid if they got a dream to be a doctor or a school teacher or military. I mean, I'm just so happy for them. I know you're proud of them. But I know people that been doctors for 40 years. I know people that done the stuff. And you at least tell them to try to take a different career path than 99% of the people that pursued these job things. You know, that's why I do the entrepreneurs, the Andy Albright entrepreneur school at NC State. They ain't all getting into insurance, but we're trying to get them.
Mm-hmm. That's right.
We're trying to get them. But you know, like, but for my kids, freedom, baby. Freedom. Can you imagine? We've had people say, we want my kids, my 19-year-old, my 20-year-old, my 27-year-old wants to go with me, but she can't get off work. She got no vacation left. Quit the job. What are we going to do, support them? You know, they're making $70,000, but they can't get off work.
Right.
You know, they quit the job, what they going to do? You understand what I'm saying? It's like, I wanted mine to go the route for freedom. Now, if they decide today they want to go into whatever, real estate development, I hope it's self-employment. But if one of them said, I'm just seriously going to take a $100,000 job, I'd be like, no. You know, I mean, I try not to let them see it. But I'll be like, it's terrible for you. You know, like what are you going to do it? What did you do, the 40-40-40 plan?
40-40-40 plan, y'all can have it. hey, Andy, my oldest daughter signed up for the course.
Yeah! Yay!
So,
and you can't listen. I'm not. You cannot tell anybody what to dream. You can educate them. And you can set the example and provide the opportunity. You can't tell them what to do. I'm not. I get it. I get it. Your boy wants to be actually, he wants to be self-employed. Now, he's working a job trying to be a movie star, stand-up comedian, something crazy. That's his dream. I'm going to network, try the best to get him to get it. But wouldn't it be cool if he flipped? He got his license.
I said my oldest.
You know what I mean? Like it's a path to freedom and crazy money. A good combination. Time and money. Yeah.
With my oldest daughter, she's a licensed mental health counselor.
Me too.
She has her own business. She has her own business, but she now sees this as a viable opportunity for her.
That's what Mimi did.
Yeah.
Mimi was a mental health counselor, something like that. She's well trained for this program over here. We deal with a lot of crazy people.
Yeah, we do. They live.
Where y'all at?
They live amongst us. They live amongst us.
So I mean, you know, I don't care. You know, I just love them no matter what. But I'm selling the right way to shoot a gun, the right way to shoot a. We got a basketball player. I don't know who trained him, but his you've seen him. Jerry, sometimes he hit the backboard, sometimes he don't hit nothing.
Nothing.
He ain't doing it right. but I guess it's his dream. You know what I'm saying? I'm still cheering for him. Like, hey, hit this, Scotty! Scotty! He got a chance. Scotty! Boom! One time, this time last game, just stuck right in the corner right there. I ain't seen it in a free throw. He got a dream, though, you know what I'm saying? I'm encouraged. I high-five him when he got, low-five him when he comes off. He's
Low-five him. I like that one.
Oh, shoot. Sometimes the truth comes out. You know what I'm saying? But, brother, I'm so fired up. I can't wait to see. I hope we get the nugget in there for you while you're here this week. And you grow 10x again.
Absolutely.
That takes you to $4 million a month.
That's the game plan.
You ain't quite to $5 million.
We're going to get it.
You know what I mean? That'd be absolutely crazy, bro. So,
and let me say this, Andy. Just because we hit junior board member, we have not arrived. We still at the door knocking. The door's not open yet. All right. It's a title. It's great. It does not get me $2 million a month in passive income. I got a long way to go. Yeah.
All right, brother. All right. I want to get two more. I want Emily and Harry to get up here. Emily and Harry, y'all come up here. Y'all get those little narrow butts right over here together. You got plenty of room for two of you. So their business has just absolutely exploded, and and a lot of it. I want you to introduce and tell, both of y'all tell who you are, but a lot of it is doing what you said, just doing what they're supposed to do, regardless of results, regardless of feelings, and then, what's crazy is sometimes people do it, and it don't happen. Spencer's just had a breakthrough. The same thing I told him, just keep hitting that rock. Hitting the rock is an analogy, if you hadn't seen it, where a man holds a beam and the other guy's just pounding on a sledgehammer, and he's just hitting on it, and everybody's just looking like, what are they doing? And then it's just all of a sudden, out of nowhere, it cracks open. And it's just, but if you logically argue with it, I've hit it 7 times and I've not seen a microscopic chip, and I go, yeah, I know, but that's what you got to do. Like, I've been here, I've seen it do it, I've seen what happens. That's the way I want to sell it harder, but I'm like, I've seen it happen, shut up. But anyway, tell them who y'all are, and then I want to talk about going to Houston.
We are Emily and Harry Cardillo out of Raleigh, North Carolina. I grew up in this business, attending events just like Jamie did since I was 9 years old, and really excited just to be a part of the team. Went off, got my bachelor's in business marketing from NC State, graduated at 19 years old, and have been full-time since then.
Harry Cardillo. I am the lesser half of the Cardillo team here. My smarter, better looking half here is what I like to call her. But originally from Florida. When I met Emily, I was actually a butcher. So standing back in the cold, cutting meat all day. And I got to tell you, nobody there was talking about making $5 million a month. But I always knew that I wanted something more for myself, and I was looking. I recruited Emily first, asked for a number, 3-foot ruler, and then and then she recruited me. So now here we are.
Well, I'm proud of what both of y'all are doing, and Harry, you're developing so rapidly. I know it seems like slow, but then if I don't see you a month, it's like you're a different person next month. It's pretty daggum impressive what you're doing. And so did you tell them you got your securities license and you got all that stuff? You got money under management?
Yes, I got my securities license back in 2021. So I've been doing that for about 2 years. Or not 2021. What was that? 2023. 24, whatever that. So it's been about 2.5 years that I've had that.
2.5 years you had it. So talk to them about, you get a big breakthrough with Stella and Anthony, how you found them. I'm not even sure if they were direct or if they were in-depth. Kind of just walk through going back and forth, just that story of how that happened. And, now it's got down into Ogie and Adaki and so many great people.
Yeah, so it was June of 2023, I think, is whenever I was just looking back at it, whenever I had first met Stella. But it really started from about 6 months prior I made a decision to start doing recruiting more consistently. So I got connected with Clay, did PC pre-booked interviews, was doing those every single week, and really had no results from it. I had few people every once in a while maybe write an app. I was traveling to see people. Going to Houston wasn't the first time I was out traveling, but trying to make something happen, and there just wasn't anything like gripping there. And then I met Stella, and I had a great conversation with her.
Was it through that licensed list, through
the
President's
license
Club?
list, yes.
Through Clay Mertes?
Yeah, investing.
But see, yeah, so many people, I mean, it's like lifting weights, it's like dieting, it's like, I've been working on my back. A couple people have noticed that I don't sit in a high chair to do the opportunity meeting a lot. I walk around not. Because somebody said if you'll do this, this, and this, and it probably won't even make a difference for 90 days or 6 months. So the expectation, but when people don't see it immediately, they're just such short-term thinkers. We can't promise you this is going to happen to you, but we promise you this is going to happen to you. Because if you do it with a terrible attitude, if you halfway do it, if you stop and start, and if you don't try to get better and you don't practice. So you're doing interviews, you're not just doing the same thing, you're trying to get better. You're reading books 15 minutes every night, and you're going, I can't believe I said this to that person. The book says don't say it. If y'all reading that 92 tips and tricks, I mean, I'm going like, yeah, I do that. I got to stop doing that. How many of you got that? Like, yeah. I'm making adjustments nonstop to try to get better while you keep planting seeds. So you just make a decision to do more and more.
Yeah, so met Stella, and then we had a conversation, got on a Zoom call. My dad was in Houston the following week or 2 weeks later, so I got them connected.
Coincidentally.
Yep.
That's not coincidence. He's traveling all the time, and he's in Houston. It's not like 1 in a million, you know. It's not 1 in a million. She's next on the list. You talk to her. You losing all your personality. You're not trying to slobber. You know, oh, you're the most wonderful person I've ever met. Whoa, 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 whoa. You know, you're working, trying to, so that when it happens, you're ready. So he's going in.
He was in Houston, and he called me, and he was like, hey, we might have something here. You should come out here. So he got Stella, and Stella brought 3 people to family reunion that was coming up a few weeks later. And then I started going out to Houston about once a month. And I remember a conversation, because January of 2024, we had really made a decision. Harry had started doing more on the recruiting side, and we had made a decision, okay, we're just going to start doing the activity. And so we had planned out trips of where we were flying out to a city, and then I was dialing with agents, running appointments with new agents in the car for the next 2 days or so, then flying to another city and doing that. And we had about a month of it planned out. And I remember we were driving to the airport. It was at like 5 a.m. the morning we were going to start this. And I called my dad, and I was just bawling. And I was like, I am just terrified. We have put a lot of money into this. I'm investing a lot of money to get leads in all of these different places. We've got hotels, airlines, money that I wasn't sure we were going to make back. And I was just like, what if I screw it up? What if this doesn't work out? And
we were thinking the same thing. I hope Emily don't mess this up. Oh, Lord.
And he was like, I can't promise you that this trip is going to end the way you think it is. And it could be a massive failure. But if you keep doing this activity, I promise it is going to work out. I just don't know if it's this person you're going to see or if it's this trip. And that, I mean, wasn't that comforting. I mean, to be honest, it didn't take away the fear. But we just started doing it. And then Stella just kept bringing people to the table. She constantly had new activity. And then she brought Jeremiah, which Jeremiah was the #1 salesperson last year. And it was that one, just continuing to make that decision to go even when I wasn't sure what the results were. And even when I was terrified out of my mind, going back to the hotel room, just crying to him, like, I don't know, I don't know, but still getting up and running the appointments the next day.
I could go down the leaderboard and go, here, let me tell you this story. Let me tell you what butterfly moved, what cocoon fell, and what cedar tree shook, and what somebody said, and what somebody did, and boom, Gina Hawks works here. You know, it's just, and boom, Jerry Burbage shows up, and boom, Kante is here. You know, it's just, you got you either make excuses or you do what you're supposed to do.
That's right.
I don't know what to tell you. So those of you that came to the cabin, yay, clap for yourself. You did the right thing. Those of you that have tickets to the stage for success, like y'all understand, like I know people get, I remember being you. And when Dexter Yeager would say, you just got to do it like this, and I'll be like, all right. You know, like you lean over to Adam. Adam was sitting in the audience with me, and my wife's sitting on me. You think this will work? I don't know. He said it would work. And then what the problem is, Dexter would say it, and then Bill would say it. This guy named Bill Britt would say it. He'd be like, well, that's 2 for 2. 2 of them said it. You know, and then Paul Miller gets up. There's 3 for 3. And Larry Winter says it. Well, there's 4 of them saying it. You know what I mean? It's like you just start believing it. So that's why we got to stay unified, staying in the same thing, because it's right. And more people start to believe us. More people start to do it. More people get lucky and find Anthony. You know what I mean? Just like, this is a business guy that would never look at anything like this. But his wife just did what she's supposed to do, and she got lucky, and her husband comes on board. You know? And then, so she didn't bring Jeremiah Dock. He's not the first one she brought. No. Bringing them, don't like it, didn't like Emily, didn't like the alliance, didn't like our colors, didn't like our leads, didn't like our comp system, didn't like this, didn't like that. Timing wasn't right, family wasn't right, mama was sick, daddy. And then a docky comes walking in like a fire plug, you know, come in there and write 60,000. And then what do we celebrate? No. Whoa, 60,000 first month, we got to watch this stuff. It's so bad. That a big chargeback coming right there. Oh my God, yeah. Like, it's funny, some people are like, what's he talking about? Like, we've been there, done that. Person come on, start writing business fast, we'll be like, you better watch out. You know what I mean? Like, nothing's happening, we mad, and then something happens and we mad. True story. You know? Adam's like, we'll see what he does next month. I said, if you do it again next month, that's twice as many chargebacks. No! Facts.
Good people having a bad day.
Yeah. And then now, you know, as a docky takes off, and now Stella and Anthony have brought on Tim Ogie and some other really, really fantastic people that we think they're talking junk. They're like, Jeremiah and Bridget, y'all ain't seen nothing yet. We're going to smoke y'all, right? That's what they're saying. So now we got a thing called competition. You don't know how you look till you got your picture took. You don't know how your secretary is until you get another secretary. I'm just telling you. You don't know what a big leg is until you get a second big leg. And then, you know, that's just the way the system works. I've been doing it a long time. And then I was just talking, me and Adam talking about Anthony. I would have never going to stop driving debt. Because that thing starts coming back up. Like, no, we got to keep driving it down. So I want to wrap up with this. What you want to do, we're building a network. You can call it network marketing. You can call it franchising. You can call it relationships. I had a t-shirt one time, build direct ships. No, build relationships, build DM ships. District managers. The way you get district managers is build relationships. So all the people skill books you can find and read and devour. And I'm telling you that 92 tricks, the tips, and tips and tricks of talking to people is huge. Skill with people, the little blue book. Find out what people hate and hate it with them. Find out what people love and love it with them. You with me? Like, you know, when I'm with Anthony Stelly, I love Lagos. That's a city in Nigeria. When I'm with Adaki, I love Abuja. I'm just telling you ahead of time, that's the way it's going to go down. You understand what I'm saying is you hate it. And people go like, how can you say both? Like this, I love Abuja. I like Lagos. And is it northeast Nigeria or southeast? Southeast is the best. Yes. Southeast is the best. That's where all the good people. That's where the ambitious people were. Those are my people down there. The Nigerians are like Albright Nigerians down there. You know what I'm talking about? You know what I mean? Like it is what it is. You know, I'm at an ice hockey game with Spencer. I love ice hockey. I'm losing my mind. I'm on a basketball court. Like, go with the flow. You gotta get along to move along. So when you're meeting people, find out what they hate, find out what they love, find out what hurts them, what makes them happy, find out their emotions with their parents. Let's see, who was that? It was Patty Watkins brought on Courtney. I met Courtney last week. This girl, I was like, she started talking, and she said, I know I'm not going to repeat what she said, but she said something, and I could just see the fire in her eye. And then I just kind of didn't come back to it, but then I was like, hey, come here. Tell me about this. And it was just, boom, explosion. And then the relationship got so much closer so fast. And now same thing with Dietrich. Dietrich, I mentioned a book that I never mentioned. It kind of slipped out of my mouth. And Dietrich finished the title, and I went, you read that book? He's like, I said, you read this one? He said, So all of a sudden, me and him like this. So you're just looking for what people are gravitate to and meet them there. You with me? Now, I'm going this direction, picking up people going this direction. They're not going to change my direction. While the train's going this way, I'm liking this city, I'm liking that city, but I'm going to that city. You can't divert my plan. That's why I'm the chief reminder officer, because I'm doing the same thing I've always done. Moving forward. Trying to go diamond, trying to go executive diamond, trying to go double diamond, trying to go triple diamond. I'm just describing the dream of getting massive and having more people see freedom. Because in my mind, was it last week that Brian Adams was on here talking about America? And he said, I don't go get political. I said, all right, I will. It's the best country in the world. There ain't nothing like it anywhere. Y'all agree with that, Anthony? You've been in a bunch of countries. Yes. There ain't nothing like America. You've anybody's been 10, 15, 20 countries, they'll tell you. And a lot of people ain't been in but one country ever. And they redneck is everything. They know this is the best country. And somebody don't think so, I will buy them a one-way ticket out of here. I don't need them. So here's what I think. The more people that are successful, the more people are going to defend it. So that for my children, you know what I mean? For my children, this will remain the best country in the world. And my grandbabies. You with me? And God will continue to bless it. But if more people fail, we're going to hate the country. We need them successful. So get out of the sand, get out from under the rock, get out of your comfort zone, come to the cabin, come to leadership. Leventovich is having leadership in Louisville. Davies is pulling one together. Riddle's here. Get out of your damn comfort zone and let's get you free. Just keep beating that rock, keep traveling, keep talking, keep saying the right stuff, keep shaking hands, finding out their pain, finding out, and make adjustments, Nick. You don't do make an adjustment. It's not just keep doing it, make adjustments. Find if it ain't working, if it's going bad, what are you doing wrong? Find out the problems, Georgia, and then fix them, make adjustment, make adjustment, make adjustment. And then everybody says, you got lucky. And you just hand them a rabbit foot, carry this around. It'll work for you next time. You know what I mean? It's a lot of emotions. I'm proud of y'all, what you're doing. I'm proud of y'all. We will see you soon. Peace out. Oh, while they're still on here, bring them out. Show what we got. Bring the first two you get. And I'm here. Here we go. Here we got Emily. See what's in here. All right. Y'all get to see these people getting gifts. Woo! Hey, you got the first ever flippy flops. The Alliance Cabin flippy flop. I haven't seen these. I own some of these. Need some big ones. Woohoo! Pass them out.
I got Dorothy beside you. And then Dan behind you.
This is my favorite. No matter what hotel I'm in, I always get this. They ain't got no flippy floppies, I don't want to go.
This is for Stella behind you.
Coleman!
Let's see what you got.
Thank you, Andy.